What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $682 on the day. Good day for sure. Let's go over the trades really quick. So the first one that I was going to play out of the gates was LBIX. This one was up on kind of blah earnings report, to be honest. They lost less money than last year, but they're still losing money. It's still kind of a sub penny stock in my opinion. Nonetheless, it was popping up. So this was kind of on my short list. I took 1,000 shares short just to kind of get filled out of the gates because I thought it was going to sell off pretty hard, and as you can kind of see that, and it did. It started to go. What I did fear happening is the red to green move, and that happened right here. And I wanted to get some more short around 350. That was my goal. I thought 350 would probably crack, squeeze some shorts out, and then it would head back down. But E-Trade ran out of shares, so I was stuck with my original lot here at 305 for quite some time. I was able to pick up some more here, right here. You can see this big sell off right here. Shorts covered, so that freed up some shares on E-Trade, and I was able to get some more shares short here. And I ended up covering LBIX basically 40 minutes into the day, right inside this drop. The break of three, I thought there would be buying coming in, and sure enough, there was. So as it was coming back up, I covered all 2,000 shares at 303. Basically, I want to say $170 win total on that trade. WPCS, this one was on Jason Bond's watch list, and it was blowing up my scanners here. So when I saw the volume come in and it hitting high day here, uh, I looked over on my daily chart and it had two things going for it. It was on Jason Bond's watch list, so I thought maybe his chat room was buying it. Then also we got candle over candle in the daily. So when I saw that, I went long, and went long right here. We got a pop up. Went long right here. We got a pop up um, to 33, but they came right back down, and it sold off 100% of the move. And whenever, here's the start of the move. Here's the top of the move. Whenever the move sells off 100%, I'm I'm looking to get out. And I got out. Lost $100 on it, but I'm glad I got out because as you can see here, it fell to crap and never recovered. So unlucky trade there. I thought it was going to get going, but it didn't. So cut it loose, move on. BGC. This one was buyout chatter. So when I heard that, I think it was a $35 price target on it. Um, and when I heard it, I went long. You guys see the volume right coming in right here. I went long at 10:09 a.m. I got in at 2181, and it was right here. So I got right at the beginning of the move, and it popped up, and I was trying to get filled over 22. It didn't happen, so I took my $280 win, but it did end up moving up considerably after that. So, but nonetheless, stuck to my strategy. Try to sell over 22, and 21.95 is close enough for me. So, nice win there, and good trade for sure. Off of news. So around 10:30, ETRM hit my scanners, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And this is one I've been kind of stalking for a while now, looking for, the daily to finally break out into this gap window. And it hit my high day scanner, and that's when I came and looked at it, and I noticed that they had news. And their news is that they are presenting at Obesity Week 2017, and that takes place between October 29 and November 2nd. And I looked up when they present, and I believe they present on the 29th and on the 2nd. So when I saw that, I knew Ethereum is a low float stock. I know it's a former runner. As you can kind of see, it went crazy back in January here, up to freaking $30. But it's a former runner, and it had bad news recently, but all the bad news is now out of the way. And with these biotech stocks, they're not really going to release bad news between now and a presentation that they're going to present at, and that'd just be bad for business because then no one's going to come look at your presentation because they're like, well, you're a poorly run business, obviously. So I went long 1,000 shares, and this is kind of more of a experiment for me. First, to see if I can even hold long enough to actually swing this. I am a terrible swing trader. I've said it multiple times. Once I'm green, like here's my swing trade right here, right? I'm green $180 right now. Any other day of the week, I'd sell this and move on, right? But I'm really trying to hold this, stick to my strategy, And I wanted to add more today. I only took 1,000 shares, but I want to add more going into this event because I do think as soon as we break 230, you can kind of see it on the daily chart. We're into this gap window, and that's my strategy. I want to get into this gap window and sell into this gap window somewhere, whenever that is. We had a nice closing on it, as you can see here. Here's the close. Ran all the way to high day, after hours. Uh, hit that 230 level. Kind of sold off a little bit, and then right back up to it. So tomorrow I think we'll break 230. If not, if it sells off, completely fine with that. I want to buy more. So that's my swing trade idea on ETRM. PCG, this one was defended by, I can't remember which bank came out in defense of them, but nonetheless came out and said that they're not going to be as liable as people think they are. Part of the fires, I think all the fires in California right now is PG&E. They're responsible for, I think it was faulty wiring or something like that. I can't remember the exact specifics, but people think they're gonna. The stock is down basically 6 billion, and the banks are saying that PCG or PG&E are not going to have to pay 6 billion. So what they're saying is down too much for what the damage is. So when I heard that, when I heard the defense out, I went long, 1,000 shares at 53.94, and I sold inside this little spike right here at 54.20. Almost top ticked it there, missed it by 4 cents. So it was just a lucky fill. It was over 54, and that was my goal. The bid came in, and it wasn't like the ask was around 54.25 or something like that, and the bid wasn't that high at all. But I sold as soon as I got over 54, and I got a pretty lucky fill there. HMNY, this one was also a news play. Benzinger reported that an article is being circulated by CNBC Money or CNN Money, one of those websites, that HMNY is the Netflix for theaters. So all it takes is a little positive news on this to pop, and I heard it, and I went long at right here at what price I get? 21.58. So it was already kind of extended a little bit, like 40 cents. So I was just going for a scalp. It ended up moving, quite a bit more, 70 cents from my exit, or what is that? $1 from my exit. Jeez. So I only grabbed about $100 on the trade. I exited right here, but it did get moving. A little bit more volume was coming in, but I scalped it, and I'm glad I did. It did come back all the way down and retrace the move 100%. But nice little volume play, nice little news play. And that's all my trades for today. That brings me to 682. I'm swinging ETRM. I'm up, uh, 18 cents on it right now, $180. I look to add going into that conference. I wanted to take it slow, but definitely a good day for me for sure. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can email me at StockJockAT, or you can come into my Discord channel. The link for that is in the description down below. I'm here for new traders. I'm here to answer questions. Got a room full of people that are learning how to trade, and I also have a bunch of people in here that do know how to trade that are posting their trade ideas, and it's just a good place to bat around your trade ideas and just talk about certain stocks that are maybe flying high for the day. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video.